After months of rumors, Meta, the parent company to Facebook and Instagram, launched text-based app Threads earlier in July. Users and industry experts were quick to point out the similarities of Threads to Elon Musk's Twitter. Well, we're welcoming Nelson Spade here, the general manager of Circulus Digital Media. So Threads is kind of off to a fast start. I know a lot of people have signed up. What's your take on it?
Threads is off to a very fast start. Mark Zuckerberg, Meta's CEO and president of Threads, was very quick to point out in its first 5 days, Threads amassed over 100 million new users. That gives it the claim of saying it's the fastest growing social media app in history.
Wow, really?
It's true. That being said, though, it didn't just grow these users out of thin air. It had Instagram to benefit from and build off of. Keeping in mind, it's not about users, it's about activity from those users. So we'll see if they can keep drawing people back. There's no doubt they capitalized in their launch timing. Mm-hmm. There's arguably instability and changes going on at Twitter. And they launched in the heart of summer, right after July 4th, where there wasn't a lot going on. They got a lot of press, in the market. The long-term question is, what's Threads' identity going to be? There's a clear demand for text-based social media. I think it's very smart of Meta to make it its own app as opposed to building on the back of Instagram or Facebook. But time will tell. The market will respond. Yeah,
really. And I see on Instagram, a lot of people are putting their Threads handle. Mm-hmm. I'm not a person that has signed up yet, but do you think that Threads will be the new Twitter?
Time will tell. That is certainly the question. I don't think it needs to be the new Twitter for it to succeed, however. Keep in mind, when you're comparing apples to apples, if Instagram converts 1 out of every 4 of its users, just 1 out of 4, to Threads, it is immediately already larger than Twitter.
Really?
That's how the dichotomy of social media fragmentation works. The big thing, though, too, is it's not about users. It's about activity from those users and usage. So Threads needs to consistently be adding new features, in our opinion, to get that engagement and to get new users to try them. For example, just a few days ago, Threads launched the follow feature, which was being asked for by its users quite regularly. All that being said, Twitter is extremely culturally relevant. It's bedded into a lot of industries, the sports industry extremely highly. Time will tell. There's a core following dating back to when Twitter even launched.
So how is Threads going to benefit from its parent company, Meta?
There's a lot of opportunity here. Keeping in mind, Meta doesn't have a whole lot to lose here. It potentially has a lot to gain, dependent upon how Threads is received in the market. 2 things we should really consider from that perspective. From a revenue perspective, the business side of it, there's a lot of upside potentially with instability and people not knowing what's happening on the Twitter side. Throw out a number here. The bank advisor Evercore ISI estimated in the next 18 months, Threads could amass somewhere around $8 billion in revenue. Keep in mind, $8 billion is a big number. That's less than 10% of Meta's revenue globally. 10% still 10%, and we'll always take a 10% increase. The second piece is it really could give Meta an additional peer to stand on and fight against its real competitor in the social media space, TikTok.
Yes, it is. Nelson, thank you. We appreciate it. We'll
Thanks for having me.
Keep checking in with you to see how this is going to go. We appreciate it. If you want to know more about our digital business, you can reach out to Nelson at the email address. You see it right there on your screen. That's going to be contact@circulusdigital.com.